What's going on, everyone? This is going to be my review for David Cronenberg's Infinity Pool. It stars Alexander Skarsgård, Mia Goth, and Cleopatra Coleman. And this is not going to be a pretty in-depth spoiler-filled review or anything, because there's a lot of things in this movie I just don't want to talk about and go in spoiler detail, but I'm going to just give to you my honest thoughts. This is, of course, the newest horror film released. This is David Cronenberg's second attempt, and here's the plot synopsis in a nutshell. While in an isolated island report, James and Em are enjoying a perfect vacation of pristine beaches, exceptional staff, and soaking up the sun, but guided by the seductive and mysterious Gabby, they venture outside the resort grounds and find themselves in a culture filled with violence, hedonism, and untold horror. That's all I'm really gonna say when it comes to the plots. If you guys are new to the channel, all my social media links from my Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all of that is all in the description box down below, as well as my Hive and Serialize. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to the channel for more epitastic content, more live streams, and a lot more stuff, of course. And with that being said, let's talk about this little movie here. I'm gonna be as quick about this. Going into this movie, I didn't know what to expect when it comes to this. Now, I have not seen Possessor, but I am aware of Brandon Cronenberg. He is the son of David Cronenberg, and I was interested to see what this little movie was gonna be. And so I saw the idea, I saw the premise, and I said, I want to check this out. And I did, and I will say that this movie is one of the most craziest body horror movies I have seen. Of course, the direction and the writing here I think is very good. When it comes to Brandon Cronenberg as a director, he does very good in the directing departments. And you can definitely tell that he has a passion for this. I definitely do like his passion put into this. He does bring out a lot of what he is doing in direction. And you can, with only his second movie in, he definitely has his father's talents. And you do appreciate the ambition and the creativity that's going on here in terms of his direction. I can also say from technical side, the cinematography by Karim Hussain, the editing and the music is all very well done. An hour and 57 minutes, it doesn't feel like it. It gets straight to the point, and it does put you in this very unease, very crazy, very weird feel when it comes to it. And I will say that I did like also the performances in here. And Alexander Skarsgård, he's very good. He does show a lot of different ranges in his performance. I also really do like Mia Goth here. Once again, she does very strong. She's very committed to the game here, as always, as she is. She just came off a role. I could also say I very much love the rest of the performances in this movie as well. Cleopatra Coleman and Thomas Kresmery, a lot of the performances here are very strong here for a movie like this, and you can have all that, but if you don't execute it right, then the movie's kind of nothing. And I did enjoy where this movie was going for the most part. It definitely does talk about stuff about class and stuff about a lot of crazy horror pleasure, and you do get exactly what you come here for. There's body horror, there's a lot of passion here, a lot of pleasure here. And so I definitely enjoyed a lot of what this movie had to offer. And so for that, I definitely give this movie a lot of credibility. And I'm trying to be as nice about it when it comes to spoilers, because I don't want to go too depth into it. And the plot here, and the horror / pleasure aspect, and the commentary here is definitely there. I do love that commentary, what it has to say about the rich. It doesn't do anything original there, but it definitely does go for it. And so there, you definitely feel it. As far as the problems when it comes to this movie, I will say the plot itself could have been a little more tightened up. Despite the plot really being there and me understanding the plot and understanding a lot was going on, I feel like it could have been a little bit more tightened up in some areas, in some of the scripts. And it definitely does feel like you could have gone a little bit more in depth into this. And also, even though I understand why there's a lot of TNA in this movie, and you definitely get that when it comes to these type of body horror movies, it becomes a little bit self-indulgent sometimes in some of that, and that I can definitely feel very, very, very uncomfortable at times with that. And the final couple minutes of this movie are confusingly weird. I will say that right now. And the last negative, this is probably just a me thing, is that I don't think this is going to be a movie that I will rewatch again anytime soon. But those are the glaring issues. The character stuff is great, and the plot is there for the most part. I just wish you could delve a little bit more into some of the themes there. But overall, I think this is a second solid effort from the son of mastermind David Cronenberg. That while I did ultimately like the film, despite my issues with some of the pleasure parts and some of the self-indulgence in that, and the plot needs to be a little bit more stronger. And the final couple minutes here are confusingly weird, and not a movie I would particularly rewatch a whole lot. But I can respect the fact that this is a second solid effort from David Cronenberg's son, Brandon Cronenberg, that definitely shows that he is a director to be on the lookout for, and he definitely has Forest talents. So would I recommend this? I would say only if you're fine with some of the stuff going on in here, because just like with David Cronenberg, this is going to be one of those movies that not a lot of people really like. But I will say, if you're very patient and if you just hang on to a lot of what this movie has to offer, I think you will be just fine with what the movie is going to do. Again, it's not going to walk away being the greatest thing ever, but ultimately, I did enjoy myself when it comes to some of it. So, despite its problems, I can definitely say this is definitely one of the better movies to come out in January. And on my rating scale, I will give this an epitastic. This is not a movie I think is going to win people over, and it's not going to be for everyone. But for one watch, I didn't mind the film for what it was. It was fine. Well, that's going to do it for the video that you just watched. I will have my channel here, so you would like to see anything here, click the channel icon, subscribe for more. I will also leave a video and maybe a playlist here, so in case you want to see what I'm about. As always, stay epitastic, join the epitastic, and you guys keep it cool.